Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from the YMCA on Huntington Avenue in Boston, Massachusetts. I am here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity boys basketball contest between the visiting Commonwealth School Mermaids and the hosting Newman School Cardinals. This should be a good one as we kick off a new winter season here in the 2024 to 2025 campaign. Both these teams hoping to get off to a good start here with their season opener here in the first week of December. And I'll tell you what, folks, doesn't get much better for kicking off your season than facing off against a local rival. These two schools, as I'm sure many of you fans know, these two schools basically neighbors in the downtown Boston area. Schools basically across the street from one another. And so it always makes for a fun contest whenever these two schools face off in any sport. And I think it should be the same here today. A reminder, as always, if you end up enjoying this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'm booked for, I think, 4 total basketball games for Newman this winter. 2 boys, 2 girls. And I'm going to have as usual, I'll have the senior day game for both teams. So while you enjoy this game, also be sure to stay tuned for what's to come. Subscribing to the channel can help. And then, of course, as always, I encourage audience participation either in the live chat here on YouTube, or if you're not comfortable or not able to access YouTube's live chat system for whatever reason, then you can also send me an email with whatever comments you would like to make. You can see my email in the bottom right corner of your screen, but there's lots of fun reasons to participate in the live chat. You know, it could be as simple as saying, go Newman or go Commonwealth, you know. Whatever team it is you're rooting for, we always appreciate fans showing support and bringing the good vibes in the live chat throughout the games that we cover here. You know, or maybe you want to get a little more specific, give a shout out to a specific player. You know, if you're tuning in to support a family member or a friend, you can give them a shout out in the live chat. Another fun thing of note that we sometimes have people do in the live chat, sometimes they tell us where it is they're tuning in from. With these online live streams that can be watched all over the world, it can be fun to hear about people tuning in from different states or even occasionally different countries. You know, just adds a little bit of extra fun to it. And then on the more important side of things, if there are any technical difficulties with the live stream, if the video is, you know, cutting out or anything like that, or if the audio is cutting out at all, I encourage you to speak up and say something. You never know. It may be something that I don't notice on my end, and it might be something that's an easy fix. So if you notice something, say something. And then if I am messing up the pronunciation of any names on either team, I encourage people to correct me in the live chat. You know, I know some people might want to be like, oh, I don't want to, you know, be a bother about about a guy's name or whatever. Bother me about it. You know, I prefer to get things right. To me, that's part of bringing these student athletes the best quality coverage I can, is getting their names right. And if you're correcting me, that actually can put my anxiety at ease a bit, because it lets me know that I'm definitely getting the pronunciation right as opposed to just hoping that my first guess is right. And on that note, let's take a look at the rosters coming into today. You can see from the scoreboard cam in the bottom left corner of your screen, we got about 6 minutes before we tip off this game. So let's go through the rosters really quick. We'll start over here on our left, wearing the white jerseys with red jersey numbers, the Commonwealth School Mermaids. Going in order of jersey number for Commonwealth, first off we have number 0, Ryan Wang. Next we have number 5, Eli Denenberg. Number 7, Joshua George. Number 8, Brooks Sjostrom. Number 11, Felix Henschel. Number 13, Henry Booth. Number 14, Matthew Kimball. Number 15, Akul Kumar. Number 17, Jake Alexander. Number 21, Will Papp. And number 24, Ben Hines. That is the roster for Commonwealth. Now we move over to our right for the home team on the scoreboard today. In their black jerseys with white jersey numbers and red outlines, the hosting Newman School Cardinals. Going in order of jersey number for Newman, and there's a few alternate jersey numbers for when they wear their white jerseys, but we're just reading out the numbers for the black jerseys today. Going in order of jersey number 4, the Cardinals. First off, we have number 4, Emile Dejean. Number 10, Staten Rhodes DePalm. Number 11, Vion Alexis. Number 12, Josh Hartman. Number 14, Abi Daegu. Number 20, Eli Litton. Number 25, Kelvin Habibi. And number 32, Pasha Poliansky. Head coach of the Newman School boys basketball team is Mark Zacco. So those are the rosters coming into today. Like I said, if I'm messing up the pronunciation of any names, I encourage correction in the live chat. And nice to see we've already got our first note in the live chat from a Commonwealth fan, Guan Wang, saying a very simple, "Go Commonwealth." Thank you so much for tuning in, Guan. I hope you enjoy the game. All right, the two teams huddling up one last time before we get this game underway. As you can see from our scoreboard cam, about two minutes to go before we get this one started. One important thing to note that I should say before we get started, because this will be important not just for fans but for players to note, is first off, this is a pretty small gym. Those of you who have followed my live streams of Newman basketball the past few years, you know that can sometimes present an obstacle. And it's important to note they got a couple of different sidelines here, but you can see where the fans are seated. It makes it a lot clearer that the black and white line is the out-of-bounds sideline. You know, there are times, you know, when the crowd has been a little bit more sparse, and sometimes you know, players wouldn't be sure whether the black line was the out-of-bounds line or whether the red line that you can see underneath the spectators' feet was that out-of-bounds line. It is the black and white line, and as you can see, it makes for a very tight space if you're going for a corner three. There's not a lot of room for your feet, not a lot of room for error if you're going for a corner three. And just in general, it can make for a very tight space. It can be hard to, you know, space the floor and find openings for passing lanes. Can make things very tight in terms of going on a dribble drive or trying to thread the needle on a pass, just because there's not as much space width-wise and not as much space length-wise. As you can see, between the half-court line and the three-point line is a very short distance. Just makes things a little cramped and can sometimes make it tough on the offense. All right, 16 minutes on the clock for the first of two halves here at the YMCA on Huntington Ave. Starting five for Newman, we got number 32, Pasha Poliansky, number 25, Kelvin Habibi, number 11, Vion Alexis, number 4, Emile Dejean, and number 12, Josh Hartman. And here we go, wasting no time. The opening tip flies right out of bounds. And I believe it's going to be Newman ball. Starting five for Commonwealth today. Number 5, Eli Denenberg. Number 0, Ryan Wang. Number 24, Ben Hines. Number 7, Joshua George. And number 8, Brooks Sjostrom. Josh Hartman fires from 3, no good. Put back by Emile Dejean. First bucket of the day from Emile Dejean on the putback. And Newman is first on the board, 2-0. Quick passing from Newman, but they dropped it at the last pass under the hoop, and it's stolen away by Hartman. Hartman gives to Dejean. Dejean swings it back to Hartman. Hartman across the top, looking, gives back to Dejean. Dejean pulls up from 3, hits it. Emile Dejean with 5 quick points here in the first minute of the game. And that's going to be a timeout called by Commonwealth as they were under pressure from the potential 5-second inbound violation. They call timeout to try and reorganize as Newman has come out very strong, not just with a strong press defense that has kind of rushed things, but also some good offense here. Positive possessions on each of their first 2 times with the ball. Both buckets scored by Emile Dejean, as you just saw a replay of his 3-ball there. He's got all 5 of the game's points so far. First one on a nice putback. And the second one there off an assist from Josh Hartman. As you can see on the scoreboard cam in the bottom left corner of your screen, 5-0 the Newman lead, 15 minutes and 18 seconds on the clock. We have just started here in the first half, just 42 seconds in. Out of the timeout, Commonwealth looking for the inbound. Denenberg looking around, throws one in, finds Wang. Wang takes off running with it. Trying to avoid the trap. Pass into traffic. It's knocked loose, but goes right back to Wang. Lucky bounce. Gives it over to Hines. Tries for 3. Banks it in. Ben Hines with the first bucket of the day for the Mermaids. 5-3 now the score. Vion Alexis with the ball. Swings it to Hartman. Hartman looking around. Starts to dribble. Hits a wall. Looking. Kicks out. Dejean pulls up. Short. Rebound by Hines. Hines brings it across half court for Commonwealth. Steps up to the line, fires, no good this time from 3. Rebound fought for, and it's a jump ball as both Hartman and Joshua George got their hands on that one. Possession arrow to Commonwealth for the first jump ball of the day. Denenberg looking for the inbound, gives to Wang. Wang to George, pass blocked and recovered by Alexis. Alexis in transition, almost lost control, but gets the pass over to Hartman. Throws inside to Dejan. Dejan out of the trap to Hartman. Quick pass over to Habibi. Kelvin Habibi from the top, looking around, gives to Dejan. Dejan trying to knife through, puts up a shot, no good, but draws the foul. Emile Dejan, a very active participant for the Newman offense so far. He's got all 5 of their points at this point. Now going to the line for 2 more. First one is in. And 2 for 2 at the line. Emile Dejan with all 7 of Newman's points so far here in the first 2 minutes. Denenberg looking for the inbound again, throws a long pass up to Sjöström, who gives it back to George. George walks across half court, throws to the corner to Hines, tries for 3 again, sails it, no good, but rebound chased down by Sjöström, gives to Wang. Wang cuts back, tries for 3, and hits it. Ryan Wang from 3 cuts the Newman lead down to 1. Alexis walking it up off the pick. Pass deflected out of bounds. Last touched by Denenberg. It stays Newman ball. Hartman gives to Dejan. Dejan turns around, gives it to Alexis. Alexis trying to dribble in. Pass blocked, intercepted. Denenberg running on the fast break. Pass to Wang. Wang gives it back to Denenberg, who lays it in for 2. Unselfish play by Commonwealth on the fast break, and they take their first lead of the day, 8-7. Alexis's pass deflected again, but this time recovered by Hartman. Hartman off a screen, runs in, trying to force one through, and it does go in. Josh Hartman with his first bucket of the day, and he got it the hard way. Denenberg looking around, gives to Hines. Hines tries a long pass through Hartman's hands, but recovered by Polyansky for the steal. Gives to Hartman. Hartman bounces it over to Dejan. Dejan around a screen, runs in, floater no good. Rebound by Sjöström, picked loose by Polyansky, but recovered by Wang. 9-8, the Newman lead at the moment. Wang, pressured by Dejan, gets the pass over to Denenberg. Denenberg from the top gets a pass over to George. George thought about the shot, but gives to Denenberg instead. Denenberg running in, pass blocked and stolen. Josh Hartman again clogging up those passing lanes as he runs it across half court. Hartman swings it, gets it to Dejan. Dejan runs in, extra pass intercepted. Denenberg running on the fast break again. Goes up for the shot, hits it, and 1. Eli Denenberg with 4 points, all of them on the fast break. And he's going to the line for the and 1 off the foul against Habibi. And it does roll in, gets the bounce off the front rim. 5 points now for Denenberg as Commonwealth leads 11-9. Alexis off the screen to his right. Looking, pass up top, Hartman. Hartman to the corner. Habibi for 3. Swish! Kelvin Habibi with his first points of the day. Gives Newman back the lead, and an interception by Hartman. Great trap defense, leads to a bucket. Fantastic press by Newman as Hartman's now got 4 points. They're trying to pull the trap again. Denenberg running through traffic, pass, missed it, out of bounds. Fantastic defense from Newman as that got them the bucket by Hartman, who has now got 4 points so far today for the Cardinals. Dejan with the ball up top, off a screen, looking around, somehow gets a pass over to Habibi, tries to throw it inside, knocked out of bounds by Hines. It will stay Newman ball. Cardinals leading 14-11. Polyansky looking for the inbound. Bounced it through to Hartman. Shot blocked by Hines, but Hartman recovers it. Hartman looking around. Throw inside. Polyansky blocked by George. Loose ball recovered. Habibi the jumper, no good. Rebound by Hines. Hines in transition, poked at from behind by Polyansky, and it's taken away by Alexis. Alexis in transition, he goes up, no good. Rebound, Sjöström, poked loose by Polyansky again, and this time a little too physical, and they're gonna call the foul. Pasha Polyansky hustling on the loose balls. As another timeout called by Commonwealth. That press defense from Newman has been so effective early in this one. You saw it get back-to-back turnovers for them, and even if only one of those turnovers led to points, you know, that kind of stuff adds up. 14-11, Newman leads here. A little less than 5 minutes into the game here in the first half, 11:06 on the clock. Point totals so far for Newman: Emile Dejean leading the way with 7 points, Josh Hartman with 4, and Kelvin Habibi with 3. For Commonwealth, Eli Denenberg leading the way with 5 points, Ryan Wang and Ben Hines with 3 points each. And you can also see with the small size of this court just how quickly the game moves up and down the floor. You almost have no time to reflect on the previous possession because, there's really no time for it, because in just a couple seconds, the other team's going to be across half court, unless you're facing down the barrel of a press defense, which is what Newman has been bringing all day so far. Denenberg out of the timeout, inbound, complete to Wang, gives back to Denenberg. Denenberg floats pass over to George. George running inside, goes up, blocked. Habibi and Dejean on the defense. George recovers, throws a pass, gets it out to Hines. Hines back to George. George from the wing, fires for 3, no good. Rebound, Habibi. Habibi walks it up, gives to Dejean. Dejean from the wing, looking off a screen, kicks out. Habibi for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound tipped, but recovered by Hines. Hines walks it up, pulls up mid-range, gets it. 5 points now for Ben Hines today as he cuts the Newman lead down to 1. Alexis gives to Dejean. Now to Hartman, back to Dejean, almost lost it across half court, but dribbling up top. Gives to Alexis, almost lost it, is lost. Wang stole it, but he couldn't control it, and he lost it out of bounds. Good defensive hustle by Ryan Wang, but just couldn't hold on to it as it bounced off his foot and went out of bounds. Dejean with the ball. Throws it into traffic, intercepted by Hines. And that one's poked loose, out of bounds, last touched by Hartman. It'll be Commonwealth ball. Denenberg inbounds to Wang. Wang from the top gives to Hines. Hines backing down against Polyansky. Goes up, blocked. Thunderous rejection by Pasha Polyansky, and it's recovered by Hartman. Hartman off the screen. Looking around. Pass, Alexis tries for 3, short. Rebound, Hartman. And they're going to call a reach foul on Sjöström. It'll stay Newman ball. Polyansky to inbound, gives it to Dejean. Tried to dribble in, but too much traffic. Resets from the top, gives to Alexis. Alexis steps in, pass out, blocked by Wang, deflects it over to Hines. Hines throws it ahead. Denenberg trying on the fast break. Extra pass intercepted by Habibi. Alexis to Hartman. Hartman driving in, floater, no good, but it was blocked by Commonwealth, so it stays Newman ball. Polyansky looking, inbounds to Alexis. Alexis from the wing, dribbles across, throws it out, intercepted again. Wang dribbling, almost lost it. It's recovered by Denenberg, throws it across George, mid-range. gets it. Josh George with his first points as Commonwealth goes up 15-14. DeJean tries to throw for a cutting Hartman. He recovers it despite the traffic. Throws it out to Alexis. Alexis trying to run in. Tries to force the layup, no good, but it goes off the hand of Hines out of bounds. It'll stay Newman ball. We got our first substitution of the day for Newman, number 10, Staten Rhodes DePalm into the game, replacing Vion Alexis. Inbound intercepted by Denenberg. Gives it back to Sjöström, and now over to George and to Wang. Now to George, pass, gets away from Hines, recovered by Wang. Wang runs in, fires a floater, no good. Rebound, recovered by Polyansky. Polyansky in transition, he runs in, tried to go around the back, and travels. We're about midway through the first half here. Commonwealth with a 15-14 lead over Newman. Wang's pass over to Hines. Hines looking around. Still looking from the top. Now dribbles in, goes up. Too much traffic, but it's recovered. Sjöström couldn't get the putback. Loose ball recovered by DePalm. DePalm running in transition. He goes up, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds from behind by Sjöström. DeJean was trying to go for the putback, but could not. Hartman looking for the inbound. Throws up top to Habibi. Habibi gives to DeJean. DeJean swings it back to Habibi. Fires for three. In and out. Rebound Hines. Hines walks it across half court. Gives to Wang. Wang over to Denenberg. Denenberg out to Wang. Thought about the three, but instead gives to Hines. Hines long two is good. Ben Hines with 7 points today. Now leads the team as they lead 17-14. DeJean goes for the pick and roll. Habibi couldn't corral it, but it's corralled by DePalm. Whiffs on the layup. Rebound. Sjöström gives to Denenberg. Denenberg brings it up. Poked loose by Hartman, recovered by Hines. Hines fires another long two, misses this time. Rebound being fought for, and it's won by DeJean in the scrum, and he gets tripped up, and that'll be a foul on Sjöström. DeJean walking it up, his team trailing by 3. From the top, swings it to Habibi. Habibi from the wing. Goes back to the top, looking around, back out to DeJean. DeJean trying to dribble in, poked loose by Wang, recovered by George. George lost the ball, and it's taken back by DeJean, knocked loose by Wang. It's a mad scramble for the ball, and Hines recovers it. Can't get the pass away clean, though, and it's recovered by Habibi, and he missed DePalm out of bounds. A zany play as nobody could hold on to it for an extended period of time, but ultimately it ends up being Commonwealth ball as we got a substitution for the Mermaids, number 13, Henry Booth, into the game as he replaces Brooks Sjöström. Denenberg inbounds to George, throws it across half court to Hines. Hines dribbling, jumper is good from the baseline. Ben Hines finding his form. He's got 9 points now, and Commonwealth leads by 5. DeJean to Habibi, tries for three. Big three from Kelvin Habibi as Newman gets their first points in a good bit. And they cut it back down to a 2-point game. And now they take it away with the press. DeJean goes up, no good, but draws the foul. That one was a huge three from Kelvin Habibi. Another perfect swish there from the wing. And you could feel that the momentum was starting to swing Commonwealth's way as they built up to a 2-score lead for their biggest lead of the day so far. So that three-pointer came at a huge juncture for Newman as Mayfield-Sheehan hits the first of 2 free throws, now has a chance to tie. Two for 2 at the line, and Sheehan ties it up as he's now got 9 points to lead Newman. Denenberg gets the inbound to Booth. Booth throws it across to Hines. Hines looking around, pass out of the trap to George. George trying to hold on to the ball as Sheehan hustling for it and gets the jump ball. Nice, clean disruption by Mayfield-Sheehan to take the ball back for the Cardinals. Throws up to Hartman. Hartman inside, Polyansky is good. Pasha Polyansky with his first points gives Newman back the lead, 21-19. Long inbound to Hines, across to Booth, and wrestled loose by Sheehan, and DePalm hits the fast break layup. Newman starting to get everyone involved. 3 quick buckets from 3 different players, really 4 different players scored, including Sheehan's free throws, as DePalm gets his first points of the day on that fast break. Hines, a pass to a wide-open Booth, misses. George misses the putback, knocked loose by Polyansky, recovered by Hartman. It was a great press-busting passing work by Commonwealth, but they couldn't finish. Sheehan's shot just short, but the rebound recovered. Habibi tries for 3. Kelvin Habibi with his 3rd three-pointer of the first half. He's got 9, is tied with Sheehan for the team lead. And we got a reach foul called on Sheehan as Newman, off a 9-0 run, now leads by 7. Or no, that's not right. A 12-0 run, excuse me. A 12-0 run for the Cardinals, as that shot from Sjöström no good. Rebound corralled by Sheehan. Sheehan running, goes inside. Layup is good, and 1. Sheehan a little shaken up, but it looks like he is okay. He's going to go to the line for the and 1. Great run to the hoop by Mayfield-Sheehan. He's now got 11 points to lead the Cardinals. And the and 1 is good. 12 points now for Mayfield-Sheehan. And Newman leads by 10 as number 11, Vion Alexis, checks back into the game, replacing Sheehan. The inbound gets to Sjöström. He tries to throw it through traffic, but could not. Disrupted by Alexis and recovered by Habibi for the steal. Habibi to his left, step back 3, in and out. Polyansky the rebound, blocked by Sjöström, but he keeps the ball, but the pass intercepted by Wang. Wang running the fast break pass, blocked out of bounds. It will stay Commonwealth ball. It's been a 15-0 run for Newman to take this double-digit lead here in the first half. Inbound to George. George throws it to Wang. Wang, floater, no good. Rebound, Sjöström, putback, no good. And Alexis fights for that defensive board. Running in transition, almost lost the ball. Gives it to Hartman. Hartman for 3, no good. Rebound, Hines. Hines, cross half court in transition. Up top, Wang. Wang steps back, 3 ball, airballs it. Newman ball. Alexis walks it up off a screen, goes to his right, looking, floats it over to Habibi. Habibi throws to the corner, Polyansky. Polyansky gives it back out to Habibi. Habibi off the screen, throws down low, blocked by Hines, and he recovers it inbounds. Hines being pressured by Hartman. Hartman not giving him anything, and he throws it across half court to Sjöström. Cross to George. George steps, mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound to Palm. Now Alexis walking it up. Dribbles, hits a wall, looking. Pass just misses Habibi, out of bounds. 2:47 on the clock here in the first half. Newman leads 29-19 as that ball kicked out of bounds by Polianski. Denenberg looking for the inbound. Chucks it up to Hines. Hines pass stolen. DePalm couldn't hold on to the ball as Hines takes it back. DePalm gets his hands on it for the jump ball. That'll be Commonwealth ball. Denenberg inbounds to Wang. Wang, cross half court, throws it out to Denenberg. Denenberg steps in, gets around a defender and puts it up and in. And finally breaks the Newman run at 15 unanswered points. Alexis runs in and answers right back. They called a reach foul on Newman there, but the Cardinals now with 5 different six different point scorers so far today. Everyone who's seen the floor has scored at least 2 points for Newman so far. George throws that one over the head of Denenberg, out of bounds, Newman ball. 2 minutes and 6 seconds on the clock here in the first half. Newman leads by 10. Habibi off the screen, fires for 3, no good. And it's tipped out of bounds. And they say last touched by Denenberg. And so it'll be still Newman ball. Polianski to inbound. Throws to the corner, Habibi. Throws it out to the wing to Hartman. Hartman back to Habibi in the corner. Barely managed to get a pass away, and Alexis, a nice catch on that one, runs in, tries to throw it behind him, but nobody there, intercepted by Wang. Wang gives to Hines, knocked loose by Polianski, but Hines recovers, steps in mid-range, hits it from the stripe. Ben Hines, the first Commonwealth player to reach double figures, he's got 11. Habibi throws it over to DePalm. DePalm inside, disrupted by Hines. It'll stay with Newman. Inbound to Alexis in the corner, off the screen. Step back, 3 ball is good. Vion Alexis finding his form with 5 points late here in the first half. Wang sprinting. Layup, no good. Rebound, Sjöström. Put back, no good. Rebound. It could not be corralled. Last touched by Newman. It'll be an inbound for Commonwealth. Denenberg, inbound to Sjöström. Sjöström looking around. Pass across to Hines. Hines, fadeaway, no good. Knocked out of bounds by Sjöström. It'll be Newman ball. Less than a minute to go before halftime. Newman leads by 11 as Habibi walks it up. Habibi tries for 3 and hits it. 4th three-pointer of the first half for Kelvin Habibi as he intercepts this pass. Throws to the corner, Polianski for 3, in and out. Rebound, Sjöström gives to Hines. Hines throws out Denenberg. Denenberg poked loose, Alexis with the steal. Alexis floats it up, Hartman, layup is good. Beautiful fast break play. Hartman now with 6 points. Ball stolen again by Alexis. Gives to Hartman. 13 seconds left. Hartman forced the shot. No good. And loose ball is lost out of bounds. It'll be Commonwealth ball with 8.6 on the clock. Newman leading by 19 points. An 11-0 run as Wang brings it up. 3, fires. No good, and that is how the half will finish. Basketball is a game of runs, ladies and gentlemen. After the two teams went back and forth with a lot of close scores early, Commonwealth went on an 8-0 run to go up 19-14. Newman answered back with a 15-0 run to go up 29-19. And then ultimately, after exchanging a few buckets, Newman finished with 11 unanswered points to go up 42-23 at the half. The last bucket coming off the steal and assist by Vion Alexis, with Josh Hartman finishing at the rim for 2. Individual point totals at the half for Newman, a tie for the team lead with Emile Dejean and Kelvin Habibi with 12 points each. Habibi getting all of his points from beyond the arc. Josh Hartman with 6, Vion Alexis with 5, and Staten Rhodes DePalm and Pasha Polyansky with 2 points each. For Commonwealth, Ben Hines leading the way with 11, Eli Denberg with 7, Ryan Wang with 3, and Josh George with 2. Going to take a quick break and mute the mic for just a couple minutes. You can see the halftime clock ticking down on the bottom left corner of your screen. I'll be back for the second half. Stay tuned. Hello again, back on the mic. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from the YMCA on Huntington Avenue in Boston, Massachusetts. Here to bring you the second half of this high school varsity boys basketball contest between the Newman School Cardinals and the Commonwealth School Mermaids. Now, some of you might have noticed they adjusted the score during halftime. The lead is not 19 points, but 16 points. 39-23 is the Newman lead. That is correct. There was an erroneous extra 3 points that have been added, but it's all good. We're all squared away now as we start the second half with a fresh 16 minutes on the clock. Newman with the first possession. That pass blocked by Ben Hines, recovered by Emile DeJean, runs in, layup no good. Rebound loose, recovered by Eli Denenberg, goes off his foot, recovered by Vion Alexis, try to pass, disrupted, recovers the ball, steps back to the wing as Newman resets. Alexis gives to Josh Hartman. Hartman to his right. Almost lost the ball, but recovers, looking for somewhere to go with the pass. Floats it across. Alexis tries for three, no good. Rebound, DeJean, put back, no good. Rebound, loose ball foul called against Pasha Poliansky as he got tangled up with Brooks Sjostrom down low. So now off the foul, Commonwealth takes it inbound. Pass to Josh George, fakes the shot, goes out to Hines. Hines steps back, long two, no good. Rebound, Alexis. Alexis runs it across half court, gives over to DeJean. DeJean recovers his dribble, swings it over to Alexis from the corner. It's good for three. Vion Alexis with the first points of the second half. And now the 42 points is correct for Newman as their press defense forces another turnover by the Mermaids. Alexis now with 8 points so far today as he walks it up. Pass up to Poliansky, gives back Alexis from the wing. Pass over to DeJean, runs in, layup is good and one, and DeJean, that's the second time he's gone up despite the risks to his body as he collides hard with Sjostrom and draws the foul. Basket will count, and Emile DeJean with 14 points trying to add the and one. Off the mark, rebound taken by Denenberg. Denenberg gives out to George, over to Ryan Wang, and Eli Denenberg's foot was on the sideline. I mentioned before the game, it's a tight spot there in the corner if you're trying to stay in three-point range out there, and that is what ended up getting him there. Alexis gives to DeJean. DeJean with a team-high 14 points as he throws it inside to Hartman. Hartman, turnaround floater, no good. Rebound, Sjostrom knocked loose by Hartman, but Hartman's foot on the line couldn't keep it in bounds. It's a 21-point lead for Newman at the moment. Hines rushes the pass there, out of bounds. Newman ball as once again that Newman press forcing Commonwealth to try and make things work quickly in such tight spaces. DeJean across half court, throws to the corner. Poliansky throws inside off the deflection. Hartman is it, and he puts it in for two. Josh Hartman with 8 points now. Denenberg inbound right to Hartman. Hartman goes inside, no good on the lay-in. Recovered by Alexis, and Alexis hits it. Vion Alexis has already matched his total from the first half as we've got a foul call against DeJean. Vion Alexis off that last bucket, the third Newman player to reach double digits today. He's now got 10. Inbound goes to Hines. Hines from the corner. Dribbles in, knocked loose, recovered by George. Gives to Wang. Wang, deep three, no good. And it bounces out of bounds. It'll be Newman ball. As you see that last bucket from Alexis, we resume the action. Alexis kicks it out to Habibi. Habibi tries for another three. Well short that time as he kind of forced the fadeaway there. Denenberg gets it away from the defenders over to Wang. Wang across the top, gives to Denenberg. Denenberg trying to dribble in, gives out to Hines. Hines to the corner, Denenberg, and a foul is called. And once again, Denenberg's got to be careful in the corner there. Is almost looked like he stepped out of bounds there. Like I said, very tight space to work. Denenberg inbounds to Wang. Wang inside Sjöström, back out to Wang. Now over to George, pass blocked by DeJean, recovered by Alexis, thrown up to DeJean. DeJean goes up and in. Emile DeJean now with 16 points today. Hines now with the ball on the wing. Throws up top, George swings it over. Denenberg tries for three, no good. Rebound recovered by DeJean. DeJean runs across half court and knifes his way through easily. 18 points now for Emile DeJean. And he made it look easy on that last one, going coast to coast, seeing the opening and just knifing his way through. Newman starting this half with 13 unanswered points after finishing the second half with 8 unanswered points. So between the end of the first half and the start of the second, Newman has 21 unanswered points. 13 just in this half, but combined with the 8 in the first half, that's 21 unanswered points by the Cardinals, led by 18 points from Emile DeJean, who had 12 points in the first half, now 6 to start here. Vion Alexis, who had just 5 in the first half, has already doubled up his scoring total early here in the second half. He's got 10. Out of the timeout, Hines draws a foul. Little too physical on the press defense that time, and it'll stay with the Mermaids. Denenberg inbounds to an open George, tries a long two, no good. Rebound by Staten Rhodes to Palm. DePalm throws it ahead to DeJean. DeJean looking around, pass out to Palm for three, no good. Rebound Hartman. Hartman put back, no good. Rebound Polyansky, no good, but he draws the foul. Pasha Polyansky going to the line for 2. Could not hit the first. And misses them both. Rebound by Commonwealth's number 17, Jake Alexander, seeing the floor for the first time. Wang trying to keep that in bounds, intercepted by Polyansky to Alexis, to DeJean, running down to the baseline and steps over it. Out of bounds, Commonwealth ball. It's a 29-point advantage for the Cardinals as they've more than doubled up Commonwealth's total so far. Long three from George, no good. Rebound recovered by Alexander, who hits the putback and finally puts an end to the long scoring run for Newman. As Alexis running up, kicks out. Hartman steps in, mid-range, no good. Rebound tipped and saved by Alexander, gets it to Hines. Hines in transition, gives to Denenberg, throws down low, disrupted. Alexis saves it, but it's recovered by Hines. Hines, swarmed by defenders, gets it out to Wang. Wang throws up top, Denenberg. Denenberg runs in, floater, no good. Rebound, Polyansky gives to DeJean. DeJean running in transition. Now almost gets trapped. Ball's ripped loose by Denenberg, recovered by Alexander, gives back to Denenberg. Denenberg pass across, Hines disrupted from behind by Hartman, and he gets the favorable deflection off his knee, and it'll be Newman ball. (52-25), the score in favor of Newman. DeJean off a screen, running inside, stuffed on the lay-in by Alexander. Loose ball recovered by George. George running in, rejected right back by Polyansky. Recovered by Wang, throws to the corner, and George was over the line. So the team's trading big blocks here as DeJean checks out, coming out a little bit hobbled. He's been running hard and throwing his body into dangerous situations throughout the game so far as he takes a breather here. Alexis off the screen. Pass across Hartman. Hartman running in. Pass to Palm. DePalm gets pass, misses. It's knocked away by Wang. Out of bounds, stays with Newman. DePalm to Hartman to Alexis. Alexis trying to knife his way through. Ball's knocked loose, recovered by DePalm, and DePalm puts it up and in. Staten Roads DePalm with 4 points now. Wang gives to Denenberg, tries for three from the wing, swish. Eli Denenberg, the second Commonwealth player to reach double digits, he's got 10. Habibi gives to Alexis. Alexis runs in, throws to the corner. Polyansky out to the wing to Hartman. Hartman runs in, kicks out. Polyansky fakes, now tries a long three. And Polyansky from three. 5 points now for Pasha Polyansky. Denenberg off the screen. He tries to answer with a three of his own. No good this time. Rebound DePalm. DePalm. Cross half court into the corner, passes out. Habibi, swarmed by defenders. Looking around, floats it to DePalm. DePalm from the corner gives it back to Habibi. Habibi, fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebound by Hines. Hines in transition, thought about the pull-up, no, decided against it. Pass out to Denenberg, shot no good. Alexander could not keep excuse me, Alexander could not keep that ball in bounds. Newman ball. Newman once again up by 29. As Alexis brings it up, step back, three ball. Three is good. Nothing but net from Vion Alexis. And Newman now leads by 32. Wang off a screen, gives to Denenberg. Denenberg from the corner, chucks it across to George. George to Wang. Wang runs in and cleared out by Alexander as he boxed out the defenders, and Wang hits the layup. He's got 5 today. Alexis throws to the corner. Polyansky trying another corner three. No good this time. Rebound chased down by Habibi. Habibi runs baseline. Layup is good. Kelvin Habibi with his first points of the second half. He's got 14 today. Wang. Pass Hines. Hines looking around. Out to Denenberg. Denenberg off a screen. Inside to Hines. Hines to the corner. Denenberg. Now over to Alexander and to Wang. Wang, Euro step, didn't do it properly and travels. You can only come down on 1 foot when you do that Euro step. He came down with both feet, just couldn't maintain his footing. Couple subs now for Commonwealth. Number 13, Henry Booth back in the game. And for the first time, number 11, Felix Henschel. As Hartman puts it up and in. Nice find by Alexis. And Hartman reaches double figures, the 4th Newman player to do so. He's got 10. Wang gives to Booth, tries for three, off the mark, out of bounds, Newman ball. Sub coming in for Newman, number 14, Abi Degu, replaces Staten Roads DePalm. Alexis off screen, throws to the corner. Polyansky throws it to someone, intercepted by Denenberg. Denenberg in transition, almost lost the ball, recovers it, gets the pass away to Alexander. Alexander runs in, whiffs on the layup there, recovered by Alexis on the rebound. Alexis in transition, hit hard from behind, And that's going to be a foul against Commonwealth. Taking a look at the most recent basket, Alexis and Hartman have been connecting well on passes, especially here in the second half. Inbound goes to Habibi, another 3-ball, no good. And Daegu tried to chase that one down, but couldn't stop his momentum there and keep the ball in bounds. It'll be Commonwealth ball. Wang to his left, looking around, dribbling in, tries a pass, disrupted by Alexis, recovered by Hartman. Hartman in transition, sprints up, steps back, tries for 3, no good. Rebound Alexis, put back, no good. Rebound Habibi, no good. Habibi again, no good. Rebound Daegu this time, pass out Alexis. Alexis drives back in, and that time the shot finally goes in for Newman. Alexis now with 15 today as Newman leads by 36. Denenberg tries for 3, hits it. Eli Denenberg now with a team-leading 13 points for Commonwealth. Alexis from the wing. Gives it to a cutting Hartman. Floater is good. Boy, the connection between Alexis and Hartman has been such a joy to watch here in the second half as Wang knifing through. Layup is good. 7 points now for Ryan Wang. As Alexis walks it up, gives to Habibi. Habibi up top. Lane extra pass, deflected, last touched by Daegu, and it will be Commonwealth ball. Wi-Fi is acting up just a smidge, but I'm hoping it recovers itself. Looks like it's okay. Wang, again the Euro through, floater no good. And chased down by Polyansky, saves it. Oh, but a travel called on Daegu and gives it back to Commonwealth. One player who's checked in for Commonwealth recently is number 15, Akul Kumar, in the game for the first time, as that one poked out of bounds by Alexis will stay with the Mermaids. 68-35 the score as Denenberg inbounds to Wang. Wang across half court. Pass across, 3-ball attempt from Booth is no good. Polyansky saves it, ball's still live as Wang running out with it. Thunderously rejected by Polyansky, recovered by Denenberg, shot no good. Polyansky the rebound. Now Habibi brings it up. Gives out to Hartman. Hartman driving in, Euro step. And that's a foul. Do they count the basket is the question. They count the basket. Hartman hits it and one. Josh Hartman now with 14 and a chance to make it 15. And in and out. Rebound Alexis. Pass out Daegu. Daegu kicks it back out. Alexis blocked. Blocked by Alexander. Loose ball recovered by Henschel. Knocked out of bounds by Newman. It'll stay Commonwealth ball. 70-35, the Newman lead with 4.5 to go here in the second half, as it's been very dominant from the Cardinals here in the second half. Denenberg tries for 3, no good. Rebound, recovered by Hartman. Hartman running the floor, pass down low, Alexis missed on the lay-in. Recovered, jump ball. Booth and Daegu both got their hands on it, jump ball. Possession arrow to Commonwealth. Denenberg to Wang, open from the wing, tries for 3, no good, rebound Polyansky. Polyansky takes off dribbling with it himself, gives to Daegu. Daegu turns around, gets the pass out to Polyansky. Polyansky from the next county over hits it from 3. He's got 8 points now today. Denenberg off the screen. Pass out to Wang. Wang trying to run through traffic. Pass blocked by the foot of Polyansky, out of bounds. Commonwealth ball. But I got to see that one again. Polyansky goes for the deep shot and just banks it in. The Cardinals having fun with this one as they lead 73-35 as Polyansky checks out for number 20, Eli Litton, the last player to check in for the first time for Newman. That one knocked out of bounds by Alexis as he was defending against another Commonwealth sub, number 14, Matthew Kimball. That shot is good from number 21, Will Papp. So Papp immediately off the bench scores. Alexis tries for 3, no good. Rebound, oh, nice hustle by Abby Daegu. Getting the favorable deflection there to give Newman possession on that out of bounds. Hartman looking for the inbound, gets to Daegu, shot, no good. Rebound Henschel. Henschel barely keeps the ball, gives it to Kimball, to George, to Papp in the corner. Papp out of bounds over that sideline. It'll be Newman ball. Just under 3 minutes to play. The result pretty much certain at this point with Newman leading by 36. Hartman throws, Daegu, layup is good. And the bench and the crowd loving it for Abby Daegu as he gets his first bucket of the game. And that one recovered. Henschel gives out to George. A reach-in foul against Newman. And now Commonwealth shooting the bonus. Josh George will go to the line for 2. Off on the first. We'll take a quick look at the replay of the basket for Daegu. This shot also no good. Rebound Hartman. Hartman walking it up. Bounced it over to Daegu, back to Hartman. Hartman back to Daegu. Daegu steps in, kicks back out. Hartman fakes, throws to the corner. Habibi back out to Hartman. Hartman runs in and gets fouled hard. That one almost a little dangerous as a defender's knee was coming down a few inches away from his face. That could have hurt, but I think Hartman got a little lucky there. Just come away being fouled. Hartman with 14 points so far today goes to the line for 2. Off on the first. Hits the second. Hartman with 15 points. Tied with Alexis for second on the team behind only Emile Dejean's 18. As this one barely recovered by Kimball. Kimball, they've got to get it across half court. And they call a foul on Alexis. Booth missed that one. Intercepted by Habibi. Fast break. Layup is good. Kelvin Habibi now at 16 today. George gives to Booth. Booth pass across, disrupted by Hartman. Kimball trying to recover it, but can't. Hartman gives, and Alexis whiffed on the lay-in. Rebound, Habibi. Putback is good. Habibi now tied with Dejean for the team lead with 18. George over to Kimball. And a timeout called by Commonwealth with 1:09 to go, and Newman leading by 43 points. My goodness, this was a 16-point game at half, but Newman has outscored Commonwealth 41-14 here in the second half. You know, the two teams seem to be closely matched through much of the first half, but Newman, about midway through the first half, they found their form with a couple of runs to go up by double digits and take a 16-point lead into the break. And then out of the break, they just exploded. And it really they just made it so it hasn't been a contest for a good bit here. 1:09 to go out of the timeout. George with the ball for Commonwealth. Swings it over to Kimball, back to George, over to Pap. Back to George, inside Kimball, turn around, fakes, but left his feet, and that'll be a travel. Wasn't expecting the defender to be there to block that shot. Alexis gives to Litton. Now to Hartman. Hartman from the top, runs in, kicks out. Habibi for three, no good. Rebound by Booth. Booth in transition, hits the layup. Henry Booth with his first points of the day with 30 seconds left to go. Alexis dribbling through, looking around, pass intercepted by George. George in transition, up and in. Josh George now with 4 today as Litton gives it back to Degu with 12 seconds left. Degu running into the corner, gives to Habibi, steps out, and they pass inside again. Degu couldn't hit the layup, and George is not going to have time for a last shot, and that is your ball game. The final score here at the YMCA on Huntington Avenue, the Newman School Cardinals 80, the Commonwealth School Mermaids 41. Once again, Newman with some big runs to go ahead in the first half, and then sheer domination in the second half, outscoring the Mermaids 41-18 in the second half. The last Newman bucket of the game scored by Kelvin Habibi, who would tie with Emile Dejean for the team lead. Dejean just kind of sat out for a large chunk of the second half. He was putting his body on the line on a lot of his dribble drives, and hopefully he's okay long term, and they were just trying to give him some rest after all the effort he put in. Hopefully he's not too banged up, but Dejean and Habibi finished tied for the team lead with 18 points each. Vion Alexis and Josh Hartman right behind them with 15 points each. Pasha Poliansky with 8 points. Staten Rhodes DePalm with 4 points, and Abby Degu with 2 points. As Newman played all 8 players on their varsity roster today. They don't have a big varsity roster this year, and so everybody got some playing time today. And almost everyone scored. For Commonwealth, Eli Denenberg led the way with 13 points. Ben Hines with 11. Ryan Wang with 7. Josh George with 4. And Henry Booth, Jake Alexander, and Will Papp with 2 points each to round out the scoring for the Mermaids. Well, that is going to do it for this one. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. Remember, if you enjoyed this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams this winter season. Like I said, we got a few more Newman basketball games. Not for a little while, but we do have a few more on the docket this winter, including the senior day games for both the girls and boys basketball teams. So be sure to stay tuned for those. Subscribing to the channel can help. We got one last note in the live chat from Jim Hartman. Nice job, Jesse, as always. Hope to see you all at the season. See in quote marks because, you know, I'm always behind the camera, so y'all don't see me. Y'all just you hear me. But the sentiment is appreciated and understood, Jim. Thank you. If there's anything anyone would like to say after the live stream is concluded, you can say it in the comment section down below. And and also go to the description section down below where you can see some helpful links related to me, which you can also see in the little graphic on the bottom right corner of your screen. My personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about me, the live stream broadcasting services that I provide to various teams and schools, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team and school. Or if you want to skip past that, you can just email me directly. You can see my email there. You can contact me directly with any questions, requests, or comments you may have. And don't forget to follow me on social media on Instagram and Facebook, where I post highlights from previous live streams. But for this live stream, that's going to do it. Final score, Newman 80, Commonwealth 41. From the YMCA on Huntington Avenue in Boston, Massachusetts, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.